Being out of alignment or not in ownership of our own power as an HSP can cause pervasive problems in our lives. And yet the very word power can put us off. It's a loaded word, and we need to talk about it. Hey everyone, it's Willow here. I'm the founder of Illuminance, and I specialize in training HSPs to come into alignment with their purpose and bring it into service in the world. And if you are having troubles and difficulties making your life work, if you are struggling to find success and to find a life of meaning, then there is a masterclass in the description, a free masterclass that I recommend checking out. It's a result of the 7 years of my practice of training HSPs, and also the decade of training previous to that, my own training. And it addresses some very important areas that could be extremely helpful. So if you are struggling, as I say, then it's going to take you through a process that I think you will find to be pretty life-changing. And those are not my words. Those are some of the words that we hear from our students who have gone through this process. So hopefully that will be helpful for you. Power. The word power is a loaded word. The word power for us means it has negative connotations in many ways. Power is something that, as HSPs, we're often ambassadors for peace and for freedom. And when we think about the word power, well, we often associate that with control, and we associate that with people who are trying to dominate the world in some way. Power, when it's in balance, is a very natural part of who we are. Nature is a very powerful phenomenon, and we are a natural part of nature. We are inherently we are inherently connected to the power of nature, and we have our own power within us. So what does that actually mean, and how can we really start to utilize this part of who we are in a way that helps us in our lives and helps us to create the kind of success and the kind of outcome that we're looking for in our lives? When you think of the word empowerment, that starts to make a little bit more sense. And really what this concept is inviting us to recognize that there is a natural energetic resource within us that connects us with the truth of who we are, and it connects us to an energetic resource that allows us to engage with ourselves and engage with the world around us at a much more effective way, in a much more effective way. So how do we start to find that, and what does that really mean for us at an individual level? So one of the best ways to describe this is to think about the experience of just being in our heads. And that is something that I talk about a lot, because it's a problem that many of us face as HSPs, where we're processing and we're disconnecting from our bodies, and we are trying to make sense of everything by essentially being in reactive mode to the world around us, by simply relying on our thoughts. So there's a very big difference. So if you imagine you're going into a meeting at work, let's say, and you are surrounded by your peers and surrounded by people who are expecting you to perform and expecting you to come up with good ideas and to be able to contribute to the organization or to contribute to the project at hand, whatever it may be. If you are coming from a place of disconnection, in other words, where you're thinking about what everyone is thinking of you, and you're processing what people are saying from a place of fear and a concern around what people are thinking about you, that is not being connected with your power. So let's say, let us do conversely to that, an opposite to that. If you are in that room and you are grounded and you're present in the moment and you actually allow your awareness to engage into your body, what happens is you start to allow yourself to access the resource of the energy that's within you. So if you actually do that process right now and allow your awareness to come into your body, I'm not talking about connecting with the fact you might be hungry or your back hurts. I'm talking about connecting with the actual feeling of yourself energetically. And we have an advantage as an HSP when we allow ourselves to do that, because we're able to feel into the deeper nature of the world around us. That is our gift, that's our ability as an HSP. So what that allows us to do is actually to engage with the truth of our reality from an energetic point of view. So within your own body, you have an energetic signature, you have an energetic frequency that can be measured now. And when we are in a place of grounded self-engagement, that allows us to start to identify with what's real in us, the true part of us, which is how we begin to access what really matters to us, the cause in our hearts that we really care about. And it starts to allow us to engage into the higher sensory abilities that we have. So if we go back into that room in the office at work where you're part of a meeting, you're a part of a conversation, if you're coming from a place of self-engagement where you're grounded and present in the moment, and you're allowing yourself to read what's happening in the room, and you're responding according to how your intuition is functioning and how you're guided to want to be able to contribute in the way that you're seeing the greater picture of whatever else is trying to be achieved. That's being in your power. That is allowing yourself to be engaged with the truth of your nature and how you can naturally contribute to the experience of what's happening in that room. That's where you can engage these higher levels of leadership, creativity, intuition, and the higher sensory abilities that really make us who we are as HSPs. So this is an invitation to begin to recognize the difference between when we are not believing in our own power versus actually allowing ourselves to explore what our own power means from a natural energetic point of view. So this is not something that we're making up. It's not a concept that you need to learn. It's just an invitation to recognize that you are a natural resource of energy. You are coming from the natural world around you. And by learning to engage with your emotions in that way, learning to engage with the truth of yourself and how you actually experience the world around you from an energetic point of view, from an emotional point of view, from a spiritual point of view, it will allow you to engage with this resource. So it's an invitation to practice this, to try this, to see how this works for you, to allow yourself to engage at the body level and to find what's there within you. That is where the truth of yourself resides. That is the truth of your energetic and emotional experience. And that is a very powerful resource. And it's needed in this world. We need, more than anything, a balance in our power. We need to bring forward an energetic reality that is interconnected with the natural resource of life around us, rather than us misusing power for personal gain. I hope this has been helpful, and as I say, please do check out the resources in the links below if we can be of any service to you. There's a lot of there's a lot of information there and tools and techniques that I have found have helped hundreds of HSPs over the years of me training and supporting them, and I hope it can be helpful for you too. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.